Recently, there was an AMA on Reddit because of Terraria's 10th anniversary. Reddit user Asrikian asked the question, is the guide the wall of flesh? And this made me wonder about the guide as a whole, so let's take a quick dive into who the guide actually is. I think it's sensible to say that the guide is arguably the most well-known NPC or even character in the whole Terraria franchise, next to maybe the Merchant or the Demolitionist, and arguably one of the most questioned characters after the Clothier or the Nymph, which we will get onto in a different video. But I think the first question is from the Reddit post, which is probably the most asked question. Is the guide the wall of flesh? Well, the two Terraria workers who replied were quite vague in what they said, with the comments along the lines of, all I can say is that you never see them both together in the same place at the same time, which very vague. But one of the artists responded talking about sacrifices, and that got me thinking a bit. The way I could give a simple answer to it is to just go to the creator of the game, who posted onto the Discord that the guide is the wall of flesh, just blatantly. However, this doesn't clear a lot up. It says the guide dies, it doesn't show him move, and it doesn't explain why he's even there. Or does it? To go off the point of sacrifices, the way most people summon the wall of flesh is to throw a voodoo doll into lava, something notorious for the paranormal or sacrifices as a whole. And at the end of the wall of flesh fight, the line of the ancient spirits of light and dark have been released could point to the fact that the guy was trying to protect the world from the evil hidden in the core, and as a last ditch effort threw all it had at you. Now let me quickly go further. The guide seems to know a lot, and his voice lines show it, from the blatantly obvious facts to kind of lesser known ones. But the best quotes I want to look at are two from different times that help the wall of flesh theory. If you're in a graveyard and ask for advice from the guide, he sometimes says it's cold and ominous around here. I feel like there's something very evil calling out to me, which could prove the fact about the wraiths in the core. The other line is very ominous, which happens after the wall of flesh has been killed, which says, I wonder why my predecessor spontaneously burst into flames. Hopefully it doesn't happen to me. Which is very questionable until you look into the lore, where there's an organization called the Order of the Guide, whose purpose it is to preserve old legends and knowledge. It's likely that the guide is a member of this. We can go deeper into 3 different VCR entries: the guides, the wraiths, and the voodoo demons. Let's quickly start with the wraiths. Their entry states souls belonging to the darkest of hearts were once sealed in the world's core, which is said to be the wall of flesh until it is defeated, which is the time they're released. To help support this, the voodoo demons bestiary state higher ranking demons possess a voodoo doll of the chosen one, whose soul is linked with the world guardian himself. And the guide's bestiary entry states his origins and unusual connections to this world remain a mystery. In my opinion, the guy was there from the start as the person to contain the spirits and stop them from escaping. He holds all the knowledge because of him being part of the Order of the Guide, and his unusual connections show him to be the chosen one, with his soul linked to the wall of flesh. And if you sacrifice him using the guide voodoo doll as a last ditch effort to stop the player releasing their spirits, he launches a full-blown attack to try and save the world from corruption and save it from the monsters held in the world's core.